It's time. It looks like we're live. Aye, and Bigor. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you on the 29-minute Hangout. And we've got some very special guests with us tonight. That's the weirdest accent that I could come up with. But anyway, I am part Irish, which you probably should know. This is Chef Doug. I'll use my mother's maiden name tonight, Chef Doug Callahan. So whenever we get to an Italian holiday, I'll give you my real name. But Chef Doug here with Chef Katrina. We're here for the 29-minute Hangout. And so, as you know, this is kind of a rapid-fire interview, and we don't like to waste a lot of time. We have a very special guest with us tonight, Miss Hilary. Your name starts the same as mine does, but I've never heard it pronounced. So I'm going to let Hilary pronounce her last name for us. She is from an area that's nice and warm all year round, where we all would love to live. And so Hilary, I'm going to let her tell you her background and everything else. So Chef Katrina, let's blast off with the 29-minute Hangout on St. Patrick's Day. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you and Hilary.
Yeah, awesome, Doug. Great job starting us off. Everything looks fantastic. I love the picture of you, the leprechaun. You look stunning in green, by the way.
Hi, and I bow down to you two girls.
No,
you lassies.
No need. No, excited to have everyone here on the 29-minute Hangout with us. We've got a very special guest with us this evening, and as you guys know, the rules and regulations of the 29-minute Hangout is that we start with the questions, and then you, as the viewers, also get to chime in and ask questions of Hilary and find out more about what she's doing. Because honestly, this is somebody that went from knowing absolutely nothing about network marketing, from what I understand. Zero, zip, nada. Not even a year ago. She's like, 11 months out or so? Something like that? 11 months. Hilary knew nothing. So, Hilary, we're going to ask you to introduce yourself real quick, a little bit about your background. It's De Freitas, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. Close?
It's De Freitas.
De Freitas.
I didn't want to butcher it. Otherwise, I would have attempted it, but I did not want to butcher that. So, it's a beautiful name for a beautiful lady.
There we go. All right, so Hilary, go ahead, introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Tell us a little bit about your background before you got into this internet marketing world, and kind of what got you turned on or exposed to what you did less than a year ago.
All right. Well, my name's Hilary De Freitas. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm actually a trained engineer. I have 2 degrees in engineering and an MBA, and I've been working in the data analytics field, actually. And basically what got me turned around, although I had been involved in network marketing, I didn't know how to use online marketing. And I tell a lot of people that I was born on Facebook because I had a Facebook account when you required a .edu email address. So that's back when it just started. And I still knew nothing about online marketing. And the turnaround for me basically is when I was about to have my first daughter. Well, right now she's my only child, but my goal is to have more. At that point, I was trying to find a way of how I could just stay home after maternity leave. And that didn't really materialize. November 2013 came around and I had to go back out to work. And all I thought about was, how can I get back home? And that's when, I started looking on Facebook, and I saw one of my friends post, and I was just watching her, watching everything that she was doing day to day. And eventually when I reached out to her, she said, well, guess what? That's what attraction marketing is. You see people, you look at them, and then you reach out to them. And she said, and that's what you could do with your network marketing business. So basically that's how I came to understand what attraction marketing was. A couple of weeks later, I joined Elite Marketing Pro, and now the beauty of it is that I began it to build my network marketing business. But what I feel that I could do is with the training that I've gotten through Elite Marketing Pro.
Awesome. Wow. So, okay, I have a quick question for you, because I'm going to reference back to your beginner days on Facebook. So you said you got into Facebook back when it was, predominantly a college thing.
Yeah.
So what do you say to parents? Because I get this question a lot that say, well, I'll just have my kids help me use Facebook to build my business. What is your kind of feedback or thoughts on that?
Well, I think it is something that parents, they don't need to be afraid of. It is something that's learnable. And it's not a playground for kids anymore, really and truly. It has grown beyond that, you know. So it is a place where you could interact with your peers, their grandmothers and great grandmothers on Facebook, just being social. So you can also build your business. It just takes a little learning and you'll be comfortable.
So would you say that what you're doing now on Facebook is different than just going on there and posting like just a year ago?
Yes, I would say it's a little more strategic, and I'm using other things in Facebook that I didn't know existed before. So using the ad manager and using fan pages. I didn't really know about fan pages before last year. It was just posting pictures and posting comments, you know. But you continue doing that, but now you see other avenues of how you can use Facebook to market your business.
Awesome. Because I like because everyone always says, well, I can just get my 12-year-old to show me how to use Facebook to build my business. And I kind of laugh a little because I'm thinking to myself, well, marketing is a strategic business, just like you said. And having your 12-year-old do it isn't really going to help you build your business, I'm not thinking, right?
No, it's not. Yeah. You have to be strategic about it. Yeah.
Awesome.
So would you say, is Facebook your primary marketing strategy at this point?
Facebook and blogging. Because I have my own domain, so with my blogging, and then Facebook is my main traffic source. Yes.
Right, right. So, okay, Katrina, carry on. You got a list of questions there right now.
Oh, I'm just like writing stuff down left and right. So you got into this primarily, you got into network marketing as a way to, I guess, create a residual income. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah. And I actually got into network marketing back when I was in college in Illinois. I went to university in Illinois, and I dropped out 3 times and rejoined the same company 3 times.
Okay. So you left this company, and then you went online, I guess, looking for a way to build your network marketing business, right?
Yeah, because I really didn't, what I didn't like was that I had to be going out and doing shows and all this type of stuff, and I thought, okay, I mean, the internet's been here for like ever. So there must be an easier way to do this using the internet, and there must be people who don't mind building a network marketing business online, and they really don't want to have to do the parties and do the Tupperware shows and all these type of things, you know. So that's why I went online.
So you kind of went online to knowing that there was a more targeted market you could find that wanted your products, and that's where you wanted to build your business. Okay, so you got online 11 months ago. Literally, guys, if you don't, let me put this perspective. This is 11 months ago that Hilary jumped into this internet marketing aspect of building her business, okay? So 11 months ago, you get online. What happened 6 months into this business? And what led up to that? Like, what was your strategy or plan of action? What were you doing that allowed you that in 6 months from the time you started as a complete newbie, that in 6 months you did this? And can you share what that was?
Well, yes. So when I started with Elite Marketing Pro, I believe the first thing, if I could remember, it was I did the 60-day challenge. And that was one of the first things that put me into immediate action and got me learning all the little pieces that I needed to know, right? But then what really propelled I guess, gave me the impetus then to leave my job in 6 months, because that's what it led up to, was that I attended No Excuses via LiveStream. And I mean, No Excuses, it's that online internet marketing, I guess you could say, you can't call it a conference, but that's what it is. And attending that, I took everything that I had learned from the 60-day challenge and I put the pieces together. And even at that event, I applied for the acceleration program, what's now the acceleration program. And that is what really gave me the kind of holistic vision of this is more than just network marketing, affiliate marketing. This is you building a business around you and your talents and your skills, using all these tools. And having that vision, that's when I realized I can leave my job. I have everything that I need to be able to build a business successfully online. And in 6 months, I left my job the end of October.
Yeah, getting a little
Yeah, we lost you there for the last part.
Trinidad internet interruption there. Yeah, you cut it out there.
Sorry. No, so where did it drop off?
So when did you leave? You left October of last year, right?
October of last year, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's a really valid thing I want people to understand is that Hilary didn't just go online and stumble around. Honestly, you didn't. You actually got involved with mentors, coaches, and leaders that got you into action. So being part of, Doug and I created it last year. We did a 60-day challenge, which was to show you what marketing looked like on a broader scope, but still get you into action. And then you went to No Excuses, which is actually a hands-on foundation marketing training, like the actual, I know you said you attended LiveStream, but getting there, getting hands-on, getting that one-to-one feedback, that constant engagement of, getting your funnel built up, getting your capture page built up, getting that interaction was a huge piece of being there. And then you went in and took it a step further and got into the acceleration program, which is a top-tier mentoring group where you really honed in on who you are and what skills and what you have to offer in the marketplace.
Yeah. Yes, that was the journey. And I think, the key thing was me getting in touch with the people, because you can try to go online and search for all the information. And I think that was the big difference between me attending No Excuses LiveStream. It was the information and I was getting it from the leaders, but what put the icing on the cake basically was when I jumped into the acceleration mentorship, because then I was getting that personal feedback, one-on-one feedback.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we actually have a couple questions from the audience, but I wanted to stress that point because, Doug and I can both relate to this. I know I spent years trying to figure out a lot of information on my own, and my business excelled once I started getting a coaching and mentoring and getting in touch with those people that were already successful and learning from them and getting in that inner circle with them, which is really what makes all the difference. Would you agree, Doug?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was really lucky. It was total luck that when I first got started with internet marketing, there was a live event about 2 weeks later, and I signed up for it and I went to the live event, and I met people there, and I saw, I met so many people there that it wasn't even a question in my mind of whether or not it was something that really worked. It was like, here's all these people and they're doing it. I also met some people that I looked at them and I thought, these guys are just total buffoons. They have no idea what they're doing. But 3 months later, they were fabulously successful with their online marketing presence, and they had created their own, their own image, their own, created their own brand online, and they were doing extremely well. And so, for me, going to the live event made all the difference in the world, and it really jump-started me. And from doing that, and I'll make this real brief, but just from going to that first live event, that was what kind of launched me into internet marketing, because I knew that anybody could do this. You could start from a complete beginner. I thought I was a smart, pretty smart guy, and there was a lot of other people that were at the live event that I thought were pretty dumb. I have to put it bluntly, but they were doing extremely well. And so live events were huge, and it was the things that I learned outside of the, the planned stuff, in the hallways, in the bars, whatever, outside of the structured stuff that really made a difference. But Hilary, I mean, we're talking to you. Here you are on the 29-minute hangout of all things, amongst all of the leaders in the industry, and you haven't even been doing this for a year. And so, I mean, I applaud you for that, because you are amazing, and at the same time, people need to recognize that you're not any different than anybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
You were working a job, you got involved with online marketing, and you approached it as something that I'm serious about this. I want to make this something that will allow me to stay at home with my children, to grow my family, and not have to, to ask somebody, can I have time off, or can I spend time with my children? But I want to work from home, and you've done it. I mean, in a very short period of time, you were able to actually do that, and now here we are. The guru Hilary.
Doug, I'm going to cut you off real quick. So we're getting into time, and I want to make sure we get these couple of questions that I have the audience asking real quick. But very valid points. Like, I love it. All right. So the first question, Hilary, I don't know why that came up, is from Bernie. Bernie wants to know: have you ever bought training that you've never used?
I'd have to say yes, but it's not. Like, I didn't buy individual courses. So everything that I bought, if I was buying it, I made the decision that I had to use it. But once I shifted into VIP, Elite Marketing Pro VIP, that's when I was like bombarded with a whole set of courses. So it's like working through them strategically. But what I've learned is that, and one of your previous guests, Dr. Bob Clark, he gave me that tip that if you're not going to use it within the next 2 weeks in your business, then you don't need it right now. Because if you're building part-time, you don't have a lot of time, and you can't just buy things and just put them on the shelf. You really need to say, okay, I'm working on blogging right now, and I'm going to be blogging for the next 6 months. So anything that comes with blogging, I'll purchase that. Or video, it's the same strategy, so that you have to keep your purchases aligned with your strategy, so that you don't end up buying a whole lot of training that you're never going to use.
That's a very valid point made. Awesome. This one actually comes from Sandra. Was there any one aspect of online marketing that you found challenging to learn? I have a feeling
we don't have enough time for that.
Well, I would say the one thing, it wasn't challenging to learn, but it was challenging to execute. And Sandra's actually doing what I'm doing right now, which is video. It's still challenging for me. Video marketing is still, I would say, one of my least favorite aspects of online marketing. And it is, I mean, one of the most effective, that people talk about. So challenging to learn, no, because I understand what I have to do, but to actually execute that, yeah, I'm still struggling with that. So
I think you made a valid point right there, and I hope everyone grabbed hold of that, is that we all have challenges. There's all aspects that we should be doing, but we don't always do what we should be doing. Am I right,
yes,
Hilary?
Exactly. Yes.
No.
I want to change that a little bit, and it's things that you could do.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
it's things that you could do.
Right.
Because as I said, it wasn't hard to learn. It wasn't hard to learn. It's like I know exactly how to do it, but it's just you gotta kind of jump over that fear. Because to be quite honest, everything that I have learned in the last 11 months, everything has been just as easy as calculus was to me in high school. So, and that's why I became an engineer, because calculus was just so easy for me, right? But everything is easy to learn. It's just the execution. You know, you have to take what you learn and execute it.
Well, I'm going to tell you that calculus was not easy for me to learn, but internet, but learning how to but cooking was easy for me to learn, and so everybody has their own talents. You know, for some people it's like cooking. No, give me something I can just put in the oven and heat it up for 20 minutes. But everybody has their own talents, and like you said, there are certain things that it's easy for you to learn, but it's uncomfortable for you to do. And we all have those same types of things, and that discomfort it comes from some stupid little thing way back when we were little kids. Who the heck knows where? And it doesn't really matter. And when you can, when you can get through that discomfort and just do it, and be uncomfortable for a while, because it isn't difficult. It's easy. Or it's simple, but it's not easy. Put it that way. Then you can make great strides. But even though you have that one particular area that you could do, and the little voice on your other shoulder says you should be doing this, but it's something you could do. But even though you haven't been doing that as much as you could do, you've still had great success with what you're doing. And so, I think that's a great message. You don't have to be good at everything. You don't even have to be good at all the things that that some people would tell you should do. You can still have success if you just pick one thing that you're good at and that you're comfortable with, and just be consistent with that one thing, and you can be successful. With whatever it is you do, and internet marketing is no different. Particularly internet marketing.
Well, let me get real with you real quick, Hilary. I want to know, dead honest, serious, for our listeners and the people that are watching right now. When you left your job at 6 months, were you making a six-figure income?
No, I wasn't.
Were you making any income?
From the online business? Income, not profit.
Okay. So you were breaking even. You were basically paying off your investments that you had put into the acceleration and so forth. Okay.
Yeah, because that took up a big chunk of my investment. Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't want to give people like a perspective. Like we can hype this up and say, yeah, you quit your job in 6 months, but let's get real too, that you are still in that first year of learning phase, but you've definitely started taking action, where most people spend their first year learning and they never take action. Right?
Yeah.
So my question, actually, this is the question from Bernie tying into that. Would you recommend other people to quit their jobs just because they've been, in internet marketing for 6 months?
Well, it depends on, and I'll not to answer it like an economist, but it really does depend on you and what your vision is and what support you have as well, right? I have a husband to support me. So it's not like my income is the only household income, and my vision was not limited to only online marketing. It's using what I've learned to apply it to different businesses, so that although the income hasn't replaced what my salary was, it's still something to supplement. So if you don't have support, and if your job is your only source of income, don't do it. I mean, it's just not going to make sense. Right? You need to at least get to the stage where you are replacing your income, right? At least getting there, so that you can say, okay, I'm comfortable enough leaving. And that's especially, if you're single mom or single dad or whatever the case may be. You don't want to, it would be basically insane to do that, so. And I see the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, no, I've actually got a good question here from Bob. I think this is actually a really valid question. He goes, what specific events assured you that you could quit your job? What were the events that that basically said, I could do this?
No excuses. After no excuses, and that was even sitting down live stream. When I got my funnel together and when I got Facebook ads running, I realized that, this is a business. I can turn this into a business. And that was when I was like, okay. I even during the event, when they were offering the acceleration program, I asked my husband, I'm like, you think we should do this? And he said, you think you need it to get your business up and going? I'm like, yes, I do. And he said, well, go for it. So I was like, all right.
Yeah,
And
awesome.
that's basically what, and and it ties back to, with Winnie's earlier question. You must have support. If you don't have support, it's going to take a little longer. And I've been lucky to have the support that I have.
So going to No Excuses, even attending at live streams. And I know this year you're actually attending it live. So I'm expecting your experience to be completely different this year. Actually, Doug and I will be there too, so I'm sure we'll run into you over there.
Yeah, we'll definitely be there. And for those, if anybody's listening to this or watching and you don't understand or you don't really know what we're talking about when we talk about live stream, attending an event live is one thing. A live stream is just watching it, the video. It's not a replay, but the live video stream of the event, and not actually being there in person.
Yeah. So the last question that we have for you real quick, Hilary, is knowing that you could quit your job, knowing that after attending No Excuses, seeing the vision, you went to Acceleration, which was the catalyst, I guess, for you. What was that excitement for you to know that you turned in your pink slip? What was that feeling when you handed in that notice to your boss? Everybody's dying to know. Like, what does that feel like?
It felt liberating. I felt like I'm doing what I was meant to do. It really felt like freedom, absolute freedom. I can't to describe it. It's like I don't think there are words to describe it, but you just feel so free, and you feel like this is what I'm meant to do. You feel like you're living a life of purpose. You're now starting to do that.
I actually like that, a life of purpose. I would have to agree with that. Awesome.
That was so powerful. I mean, that hit me in the heart.
Oh, wow. So, Hilary, real quick, if people are looking for you, I know I've got the link. I'll post it on the event page here, but how can people get in contact with you or learn more about you or get on your mailing list? Like, what's a good way to find you on social media?
Well, social media is Hilary De Freitas. Everything is Hilary De Freitas, and I'll just show you the picture that you need to look for. That's the picture that you need to look for. Right? And HilaryDeFreitas.com/newsletter. That's how you can get onto my newsletter. And my blog is HilaryDeFreitas.com. So if you're looking for me, that's the face you're looking for.
That's a 1-minute warning. That's what we got.
That's a 1-minute warning. Okay.
It's a 1-minute warning. So I've actually posted your newsletter on the event page if anyone wants to follow you there or get in contact with you. I believe that also leads to your blog.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
But it has been an absolute pleasure having you on with us this evening. I think you gave so much value to this audience in terms of realistically what it takes and the action that you took. And that is truly, I think, what separates you from so many people that are out there at this point is the action that you take. And you keep taking it every single day.
Yep. Every single day. Yes, consistency. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you so much.
How important is that?
Pardon?
What's that?
How important is consistency?
Like it's
is it important?
The most important. Yeah, I think so. Without it, there's nothing.
All right, and so that's it. Without it, there's nothing. This is the Elite Marketing Chefs, Chefs Doug, Chef Katrina. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. Find us here on Google Plus and like our page so you get updated for our next week. And also find us on iTunes at the 29-minute Hangout. If you search that, you'll find us. Doug, who was our special guest for next week?
That's a great question because I did not look that one up.
Excellent.
But I can tell you it's a mystery guest.
We got a mystery special guest, but trust me, you're going to want to be on here, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us, and this is the 29-minute Hangout.